G'day everyone. Today we're going to make banana bread. Why am I doing a video on such a simple little recipe? Well, normally we would use slightly overripe Cavendish bananas like these, a couple of them. But we actually got a harvest of these little fellas. Now these are blue Java and they're an interesting little banana. They're a very different texture to the Cavendish and a different taste, very creamy, very vanilla-y. Would I say they're my favourite banana? Probably not, but I reckon they're going to go really well in this banana bread that we're going to be making. So we've got everything they need. We'll need a couple of eggs. We're going to use about half a cup of sugar. Most recipes say more, but we want to keep it down fairly low sugar. We need 1 3/4 cups of self-raising flour. We need 1/4 cup of plain flour, some ground cinnamon and some vanilla, and of course our bananas. So let's get on with it. We need 1 3/4 cups of our self-raising. We're not using anything from our good friends at Risen Flour because we didn't think to buy self-raising flour from them. I think they do it. Do they do it?
So, I'd be surprised if they didn't.
So would I. That's 1. And 3/4. Don't have to be terribly exact here. We need 1/4 cup of plain flour. You want some flour? Don't think so, dog. And again, we don't have our flour from our Risen friends. Okay, we need a teaspoon of cinnamon. And what's the magic way I measure that? Like so. Yeah, we like cinnamon. And we'll get our brown sugar. Now, instead of using normal white sugar, we try to use this dark brown sugar for all of this sort of cooking, cakes and things, because it has a much better flavour. It's a richer toffee type flavour to it.
Like molasses.
Yeah, like molasses, as the camera person just said. Or golden syrup if you're Australian. Alright, so there's our half a cup. And as I said, most recipes call for quite a lot more sugar than that, but we're not going to do that. Now we need to stir that through, just to mix it all up. Now your white sugar would stir in a lot easier than this, but it'll be fine. Got to get rid of the big lumps if we can. But as I said, that sugar adds a much nicer, richer taste to pretty much everything that you bake. And we make a bit of a well in the middle. We'll get our other bowl. One thing I forgot to mention, we do use butter as well, so I'll get that done in a second. I'm using a base recipe that I found on the interwebs, but we've changed it a fair bit. So won't worry too much about where we got that from. And it says in the recipe we should use 2 bananas. So we're going to peel these. Now, if you have a look here, it might appear on the camera as black, but that's actually got a very blue tinge to it. So I'm guessing that's where it gets the name Blue Java from. We'll unwrap him. We want the equivalent of about 2 or 3 overripe bananas. So that's about half a banana. I'll open up and show you what they look like. You can see it's quite fluffy and creamy. And they've got a fairly big centre to them. So quite different to our Cavendish. Very soft. And they stick to the skin in places, which is interesting. Not good, but just interesting. We're going to have an overabundance of these bananas. Our little bunch is picked, but our big bunch is ripening. Look at our wee little banana. Okay, so what we're going to do is mash these up. There we go. And there's our smooched banana. They do mash fairly easily, these. We need 2 eggs. So now we need to do the 2 things I forgot to mention. I did actually mention a bit later on the butter, but we need half a cup of milk in here. And he definitely wants that. And our 50 grams of butter, which has been melted and it's cool-ish. We whisk all of this together as much as we can. Try and mush up the banana a bit more. And we'll put it into here. So in it goes. I'll do it that way so you can see. A few larger lumps of banana in there, but that'll get sorted out. Let's bring it over here. Let's get it all together. And now we combine it all. I might put a splash more milk in there. That looks a bit non-cake mixy, doesn't it?
It's getting there.
Let's see how we go.
Milk.
I think we'll put a touch more milk in there.
I think it needs to be thinner.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. That's more like a cake mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise it'd be like a bread mix. And even though it's called banana bread, it's actually banana cake. Unless you're American, where they have so much sugar in their bread anyway. Sorry, Americans. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. Okay, we've just got to grease up our loaf tin, which is just a fairly standard 23 by 12.7 centimetre or 9 by 5 inch loaf pan. Make sure we get a good covering of marge in the bottom. How you doing, Marge? Our oven has been preheating at 160 degrees for a fan forced. And now let's put it in. There we go, let's spread it out and around. And we'll pop that in the oven. As I said, in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes. We'll stick a skewer in it to see when it's cooked. But we'll be back for the tasting and getting it out of the oven. It's been about 40 minutes, 35 minutes in the oven. We gave it a check earlier, and if we have a look there, you can see the cake mix comes out on the skewer. And now, if we do it again, it comes out nice and clean. So that means it's cooked. So we're going to turn it out on the rack using our Temu gloves, which aren't bad actually. Hopefully it'll come out. Oh, came out easily. I'll use my pinkies for that. Turn it over. It's nice and soft. And there we are. We're going to let it cool a bit, then we're going to have a taste and see what it's like. Blue Java banana bread. Back soon. Well, here it is, and it's time for a taste. It's cooled down enough. We've actually had a little taste off this end already, but let's cut a slice. And it's nice and moist and crunchy on the bottom. And there we go. Nice and light, moist, lots of bits of banana in it. We're going to have it with just a little bit of margarine on it. Let's see what it tastes like. There it is there. So what's it like? Blue Java banana cake. That is really good. I think the difference in bananas has come through. Very mellow, moist, and yet crunchy on the outside. That's a good one. What do you want? Do you want some? Right, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm okay. Anyway, he likes it. Enjoy life. I'll catch you in the garden.